Guys, Matt here from Rec Brewery. Happy Homebrew Wednesday. Almost. It's about an hour away from it. So, what we have here today, this was bottled off of the Blichmann Beer Gun. I went ahead and pulled the trigger on that and bought one after seeing a couple of reviews and hearing from a few folks. Thanks, Mike Dean. Not to mention any names. Anyway, let's see what we got here. So this is off the gun. Actually, it's coming to that time of the year, so got my Halloween beer opener. See how we did. Got a little hiss there. And I got my Oktoberfest style type glass here. It's a Marzen Oktoberfest. Got a little bit of something in there. Probably from the keg rocking about. But yeah, it's not real clear in this mug. It smells great though. You get all that malt character there. A lot of different things going on, some sweetness. Cheers. Yeah, it tastes pretty close to what it tastes like in the keg, if not spot on. Yeah, I don't know why in this glass it looks kind of foggy, but that's all right. It is a very clear beer. Actually, it was very clear in the pint that I poured earlier. But this, I bottled this off the beer gun probably, let's see, a day and a half ago, and it's held its carbonation. So yeah, very nice. So I do have some video for you guys to see of me, I guess like a quick review of the beer gun. We have it putting it together, taking it apart, showing you all that. I didn't take any video of it cleaning it, but I did explain sort of what I was going to do. Real nice tool. So that was definitely well worth the purchase. Very expensive though. I did have a credit to use, so I did do that, go that route. But it did cost me, it was $99 with free shipping. So, yeah, very well carbonated. Yeah, that held up nicely. So I'm very pleased with that. I actually bottled off a couple of my beers to kind of pass around to friends. So they'll get to check that out. Let's see, also got some brew day footage for you guys as well. I did brew up the fantasy draft beer that I have for a competition next month. It is going to be a Dunkelweizen. And yeah, we'll see how it turns out. I don't know if you can hear it. It's kind of sort of behind the camera. It's over there fermenting just right now. What else? SJ Porr challenge. So of course, round 2 is commencing. I've just started receiving. See, I got 3 boxes so far. I expect a whole slew of them to come in over the next couple of days. I'm expecting to get some boxes back from everybody that's in my hub. Once I have everything, I'll repackage it, redistribute, and we'll let it loose, and we'll see how everybody does in round 2. Good luck to everybody that has made it this far. It's been a hell of a ride so far, and it's only going to continue getting better as we progress. So more to come on that as I get it. So yeah, everybody so far, all the boxes were well put together, well packaged. Some interesting techniques that I've seen. I've seen a couple of them come in where the bottles were all together, sort of in a row and on their side. I've had other ones where they were straight up. I've always, when I've shipped my beers, I've always tried to, I've always ziplocked the bottle, bubble wrapped the bottle, and then kind of compartmentalized them upright in the box if I could. But it's nice to know that there's other ways of doing that and they work just as well. So great job on everybody that's done their packaging thus far. So everything came in pretty safe. I haven't had any issues yet. Like I said, I'm still waiting on a few more boxes, but once I get everything, then off it goes. So, well, with that, I'll leave you guys to it. I'm going to show you some footage of the beer gun. Got a few minutes of that, and then I didn't get a whole lot of brew day footage, but I got a couple minutes there for you to check out as well. So enjoy. Have a happy Homebrew Wednesday, everybody. See you next week. Cheers. Hey guys, Matt here at Rack Brewery. A little bit of a product review, I guess. Got this new toy in. It's the Blichmann Beer Gun. This is the version 2. Already popped the seal off of it, but I wanted to show you guys quickly like a nice little unboxing here, I guess. So there you go. It comes in this nice case, and there's everything that comes with it. Comes with your instructions, and there's the beer gun itself. Comes with some extra O-rings. Comes with a quick disconnect for the beer line. Comes with beer line. It's got a nice little cleaner that you can use. And then it comes with a line here for the gas. I believe that's the gas one. So basically you got the gun itself. The bottom connection is designed for the gas. So you have your connector here or your hose with both connectors on it. So one goes straight into here, and then the other one will go into a splitter or manifold. I actually happen to have, well, if I wanted to, I can even set up some sort of quick disconnect for it, kind of like Mike J I saw did, where you can hook it up to this and have it sort of plug and play into a sort of a carbonation cap of some sort. So I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to hook that up just yet. That's one option. The other side here, so you get the longer tube to keep down the flame, of course, and also gives you a bit of room. This end here, you'll just screw in your quick disconnect to put right onto your keg. And then the other side, of course, this is going to be a bit stiff because it's brand new. I haven't done anything with it yet, but this will basically go into this side of the gun. So, you know, once this is all sanitized, and this will be easier to slip on here. So that's pretty much that. Now, that's pretty much it. It's pretty easy to hook up. Now this is version 2, so it does look a little bit different than version 1. One thing I've noticed right away that's different is version 1 doesn't have this plastic handle on it, and this beer dispenser is kind of on a pivot, so it can, you know, move side to side, and the CO2 button is here. Whereas this one, the CO2 button is here. You push it, you can sort of like, you know, if you're right-handed or left-handed, I guess you can click it with your thumb there, and then you still have this for the beer. So, you know, it basically when you push this, it pulls back the beer line there and gets it away from the stopper, and that's the beer flow. So to clean this thing, you have to obviously take it apart. So this stopper on the end is clipped on, so you basically just unclip this. And it's not very easy to do, especially the first time, since this is a brand new unit. All right, so that comes off. Actually ended up pulling the trigger back a little bit to get it off. From there, back here is your gun trigger, or your beer trigger, pops off up here. Also stiff because it's brand new. Okay, and once you do that, it releases the beer tube. The beer tube comes out. From here, we can pull this trigger away from the handle, as well as the spring. And then if we so desire to take the whole thing apart, we can pull out the gas tube. Now, you could argue that you don't need to sanitize any of this stuff here or here for the gas, because none of this stuff's going to touch the beer. As a matter of fact, I'll show you when we put this back together. It's pretty easy to put back together as well. Just put that in there, slide this in here. Okay, put the spring on, put the trigger in, and then we're going to put the clip on first so that the tube doesn't fly out on us. okay? And then this would basically just spring loading it back here to the beer tube, and then push this down like that, okay? Now, the reason I was saying that you could argue that you don't have to sanitize the outer tube is because the beer, when you push this trigger, the tube goes back and it touches, or it goes away from the stopper here to allow the beer to flow. So this clip obviously needs to be sanitized. The beer tube, the inner tube has to be sanitized. But if you notice, the beer tube comes out here, okay? So the beer is going to be entering this tube here and coming straight up the back. It's not going to touch the outer tube. It's not touching the handle. It's not touching, the trigger, any of this stuff back here. So technically, you probably could get away with only sanitizing those two pieces. Now, and of course the hose. Now, the first time I use this, I'll clean everything thoroughly and probably sanitize everything thoroughly just to be on the safe side. But from there on, I'm not sure. I'll decide, I guess, how thorough I want to get with the sanitization each use, because like I said, the beer is not touching any of those pieces, so you may not need to do it. Now, the only other the final thought I had with this, I'm still deciding how I'm going to hook this up on the gas side. I could screw it straight onto a quick disconnect and come up with some kind of quick fitting for this. I haven't decided yet. I do have a spare regulator that I could use just for the beer gun, and I can unscrew this and screw this onto there, and then just have this onto a spare CO2 tank and do it that way. Alternatively, I actually kept all my stuff from when I bought the kegerator. It came with a two-way manifold, and I kept all the tubing for it. So I could, set up the regulator into the manifold and have the two connections. They're already hooked up. One of them can go to the beer gun, one of them can go to the keg, and I can put the keg in the sink and bottle that way. The other alternative that I've thought of is I actually have a three-way manifold. I'll show you here in a second. Okay, so here's the kegerator. I bought it as a kit. It came with 2 kegs. I ended up buying 2 more. So what I could do, I'll take this out just to kind of show you guys. Hopefully this is on camera. It looks like it kind of is. So here's the manifold that I have. Okay, and it already has 3 connections on it for my 3 kegs that are in here. So what I could do, screw one of these that I'm not bottling, of course, and just hook it straight into one of those existing lines. I may do that today just to test this gun out, so I don't have to actually buy any new equipment for now. Alright guys, I'm just kind of improvising here so I can figure out what I want to do as far as a permanent setup goes. Basically borrowing the gas line off of one of my kegs. I just sort of screwed it into here instead of it being on one of these. So just to get it running for today and see how we do. So I got this extra mug here. Get the beer started flowing in the line and to cool everything down. Purge the bottle of CO2 first, 5 seconds, and then start right away with the beer. And then once the tip is submerged, we can raise it up. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Very minimal foam there. I got the regulator set at 5 psi. So all the way to the top. Purge the headspace. And then cap. Let's go ahead and try another one. I only sanitized a handful of bottles just to test this thing out. So I don't really need to package all that beer at this moment. So again, purging the bottle of oxygen, and then right away with the beer. Yeah, this is going to be really nice. It's definitely a little bit easier than what I was doing before. I'll do one more for you guys. This is kind of fun, actually. I think I only have a couple more bottles in there. Separate in the bottle. Start the beer. Yeah, look at that. Such minimal foam in there, it's really nice. You can go right up to the top, having it really overflow. The only overflowing there is really the star sand, pretty much. Purge the headspace again, and then cap it. Okay, I might have bottled a few more off camera. So I just bottled 12 bottles pretty quickly, probably within a matter of minutes. It's quite nice. These are actually two different beers, actually. I bought a little bit of my Red Pilsner and a little bit of my Marzen beer for distributing to some friends. But as you can see, they're all roughly the same level. Probably a couple early ones I was still testing out, but for the most part, they're all about the same level. So, yeah, I call that a win. I'm going to pop one of each in the fridge just to test its carbonation level later on, and yeah, it should be good to go. Nice day for a brew day. It's almost getting up to lunchtime, and it's only 70 degrees out today. It's very nice. Anyway, here's the mash. Actually, mashing out now. Getting towards the end of it, so getting ready to mash out. Amber color. It's going to be a Dunkelweizen. Using the boil brew. And now we are starting the sparge. Got a nice color in there. Just waiting for this to lower a bit more before I start the sparge water coming through. Alright, we are over the element. So, very safe to go ahead and turn on the boil kettle. Got it set to 200, so we'll come up to 200, hold it there until we're at capacity. Okay, we're at 60 minutes. Start of the boil here. Ounce of the holler towel. Alright, 15 minutes to go. And we're going to add in our 15-minute hops. We have 2 ounces of Strizzlesprout. Never used this before. So, first time for this hop. There we go. We also have our yeast nutrient. And our Whirlflock tablet. Alright, wrapping everything up. Going into the fermenter now. 1048, a little bit low. I was going for 1052. But I'm going to blame that on all the wheat malt that I threw in here. I always seem to lose a couple of gravity points when I use wheat, especially this much of it. So, yeah. And then we'll pitch the yeast and call it a day.